What's up? Happy New Year. West Coast style. Let's see if we can improve the lighting a little bit. Just a little bit. This will be a short stream. Whoa, there we go. Little Michael Mann ambient lighting. Just a short stream to say Happy New Year to the West Coast freaks. It is now officially 2025 and was a very good year for all of the Earlomaniacs in the Earlverse, the Earl world. And yeah, I got to do a short stream, ACDC. I'm a little tired. Tell me about it, Dr. Nova. And I've already done 2 1-hour streams today, so I've given my best to you guys, as you guys have given to me. Let's see if I can improve the lighting here. I always try and improve the lighting. It's, whoa. Let's, a little side view. Let me, all right, there's a little bit better lighting here. Turn this off. Bang. Whoa. Lois is fired up right now. Good night, Andrew. Andrew Gale. Yes, it's all about what you can do with the size of the stream. But I've given to you guys a lot today. So I feel I must retire to my domicile sooner than later. But we've got people in here from Australia, Chicago, the East Coast, the West Coast. Yes, slip it in, Dr. Nova. Slide it in, like Whitesnake would say. I'm gonna slide it in right to the top. Slide it in, I ain't never gonna stop. That sounds a little rapey to me. Kip Smith in the house. What part of Canada? What part of Canada are you in? I'm from Los Angeles, California, baby. Thoughts on, I don't know what Project Bluebeam is. So nice, you had to ask me 3 times. Yes, I'm from West Hollywood, California, more or less. I am a paid regular at the Comedy Store, the #1 club in the country. I've been on TV, Ontario in the house. Brantford, Ontario, my friend Roger Maxwell is there. He's a tough guy, hockey player. Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the stream. Helps me out. There's all kinds of ways that aren't financial to help a streamer out. But in the last stream, Ian was trolling me with super chats from heaven, baby. And the stream before that, the great Bert Perkins was out of control. So I do appreciate all that you guys do. Kip Smith, William Zoom, and Gina Babina, they moderate the chat for me to make sure the freaks don't overtake the stream. But, I let the trolls get their say in. And, yes, Toronto is a great city. I've only flown into it. I never left the airport. I think it was because we had a few other people chat as well about it's close to 200, not quite. I mean, listen, I don't expect to do that every stream, but it is nice to get tipped and whatnot. I'm really trying to get the subscription rate up because if I can just get this activity with only close to 3,000 people I think I have 2,900 subs now. If I could get like 15 to 20,000 subs, I would imagine the streams could be profitable. But and it's also a way for people to get a kind of a glimpse into my humor to see if you like it or not. And if you don't, you don't. Um, I know in front of me, I have a phone, I've got an iMac, and an 85-inch television. I've got four microphones, got one for the iMac streams, one for my voiceover work, and two for my podcast. How much can you make? Well, I mean, if you look at, say, Kevin Brennan, he is the benchmark for what you can make in these streams. I mean, he probably makes, give or take, $1,000 a day, 500 to $1,000 a day doing the streams. 100%, 100%. I know you can see me in my glasses, the phone, and the TV. It's the whole deal here. So now not everyone's going to make $30,000 a month. You also make good money on your views if you really build up your channel to anywhere from 50 to 100,000 subscribers. You don't have to stream at all, and if you put out constant content and your views get 10,000 views and higher, you can make thousands a month. I mean, no one's going to probably overtake Mr. Beast, but it's a nice side income for sure. I didn't say I made $500 a day, Spa. You got to listen, bro. I said Kevin Brennan makes $500 to $1,000 a day, but he also has, I think, a lot more subs than I do on here, and he also streams every day for 3 to 5 hours. I'm not going to do that. So there's just a time devotion that I'm not going to do that because I make a good living in voiceovers and comedy and whatnot, so I don't really feel the need to do a gargantuan amount of streams. It's just not interesting to me. But Kevin loves it. I mean, Kevin streams pretty much, I think, 6 days, Monday through Saturday. He might take Sunday off. Patrick Melton, he does at least 4 to 5 streams a week. 100%. But I think once you get, like William Zoom thinks that once I hit 5,000 subs, then you're adding, if you're doing the same kind of quality and quantity of content I'm doing, you're getting a couple hundred subscribers a week, whereas now I'm probably getting 100 subscribers a week. So it's just slow and steady wins the race in the streaming world, that's for sure. I mean, they had one girl. I think she was an OnlyFans girl. Now that's different. She's a very pretty girl. I'm an old white dude. She literally filmed herself sleeping. Like she literally, like, left the phone on for like 8 hours and made thousands. Now that's insane to me, but I don't know who would want to do that. But I am just guessing. And so is William. But it's common sense. If I'm making a couple $100 a month now, with almost 3,000 subscribers, and I doubled my subscribers. Last year around this time, I think I had 1,250 subscribers. So I'm happy with the growth of my channel. Of course, you always want more, but you're not going to get that. And I knew by streaming right now at midnight my time that I wasn't going to have a tremendous amount of people in here, just because it's already 3 a.m. in the East Coast, 2 a.m. in Chicago. People are just getting up in the UK, and I know in Australia, what is it, Spa, about noon there. You guys are working or watching something, so But, I wanted to hit all three time zones and say Happy New Year's. I do appreciate all of you for just the views. And, of course, I could do without the trolls, but that's the internet. Yeah, so 7 p.m. So you guys are winding down, having dinner, maybe going to bed. If you go to work early on Friday morning, you're already like kind of knocking off. So, but this stream was more for the diehards and a couple of people on the West Coast. Uh, but always, you know, like all my friends are at the Comedy Store right now. Improv, Laugh Factory, couple bars on the Strip. So, you know, I it's cold out right now. I think I may have gotten a little scratchy throat last night. Professional goals in 2025, probably to get on TV a little bit more. I need a new TV credit. A Gutfeld, maybe a late night comedy spot. That doesn't really mean a lot anymore, but I'm not in a position where I can say, yeah, I don't want to do the Tonight Show or Colbert or whatever. I have a lot of family on the East Coast, but I usually just stay in a nice hotel. Like when I did Skankfest in Brooklyn, was that 2017? I stayed in, I forget the name of the hotel. It was pretty nice, but I stayed in Manhattan. So, I was an idiot because the festival was in Brooklyn, and I didn't really realize how far it is, traffic wise. But I had a good time. Those guys from Skankfest treated me very nicely. So I don't know if I would do it again. I would do it as a comic, but I think they would only want me for like naked roast battle or something. So that's just not really of interest to me anymore. But never say never. I'll never roast battle again, but I don't even think I'd want to judge it. It's like, what's the point? I'm at the point in my comedy life where I don't want to do anything unless it benefits me. I did enough free work the first 25 years, so now I'm like, like a couple months ago, I had a guy want me to drive to do his new room in Ventura for $25. I'm like, bro, $25 barely gets me on the 405, and then I got another hour and a half drive to you. He's like, bro, I'm young, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, I could tell, brother. Thoughts on the Netflix roast? I didn't watch it. I don't watch anything with Jeff Ross. Because I just know who writes for him. He just gets a bunch of open mic level comics and a couple funny people. There are a couple funny people who just write him jokes. He's not even writing his own jokes anymore. He just has an army of writers, so it's not impressive at all. So 100%. But some people would, and in the Tom Brady roast, I honestly thought Jeff was the worst part. Now, I don't like the guy 100%, but like there were three good people on the Tom Brady roast. Hinchcliffe, whether you like him or not, he was good on it. Nikki and Andrew Schultz, the rest were garbage. But some people would take that $25 gig. And I tried to tell the guy, it's like, well, how much would it take to get you up here? I'm like, bro, you offered me $25 as your first offer. So I'll guess maybe you'll go. I'm saying this to myself after I told him, bro, your first offer was pretty shitty. But I was like, in my head, I'm then going, you'll at the most offer me 50. It would take me probably $75 in gas to get to Ventura. Now, that's not his concern. I drive a gas guzzler, but it's just, I don't know. So I'm done doing shit like that this year. I don't think he has stage 4 cancer. I don't know, to be honest with you, and I don't really want to comment on what level his cancer's at. I certainly don't wish that on him. I lost my mom to cancer, so I don't wish that on anybody. I just professionally he was a dick to me on several things. We don't have to get into that shit anymore, but but I don't wish cancer on anybody. If you were to see the shape my mom was in when I walked into the room, and she took her final breath. You would not wish that shit on anybody. But what are you going to do? Not everyone can get along in this business. And, it's unfortunate. Okay, well, that's cool too. The world needs hats. You make me a beanie spa, I'll wear it, but I have a big fucking head, so good luck with that. Is that what they call a hat maker? A milliner? A milliner? Good for you, man. I don't hate on being a milliner. Um, so have fun making your hat tonight. Um, and you guys all have fun. I know it's late for all of you, but I do appreciate the love and the support of the Earl soldiers. Uh, yeah, I mean, cancer's no joke. Yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind this kind of a stream. I mean, obviously, I wish there was more than 8 people in here, but yeah, I mean, Whitney. I mean, listen, she's kind of right on what she said in terms of like Biden. Uh, well, I do hope she at least exits this earth peacefully. Spa. It's really not fun. I don't know what kind of. I'm not sure what kind of cancer she had, but I mean, there's no good cancer. Um, and it really just decimates your body. I mean, my mom was a model when she was younger, and like my last vision of her was not good. So, I mean, my head is huge. When I next stream, I'll wear the only beanie that fits me. It's a Burton ski cap, and I love it. But I've had that ski cap since 2009. I got it at the West Edmonton Mall when I was um, in Edmonton opening up for Rob Schneider. So, it's just funny that now I found a couple other Burton beanies that fit a little bit, but like this one striped beanie, and I think you've seen some pictures of me in it. It's fucking awesome. I love it. So yeah, Whitney, she goes for it, but that's on CNN because they know what kind of humor Whitney does. She goes hard in the paint. It's like whoever hired Hinchcliffe for that Trump rally, they knew what he was going to do. They approved that set he did. So, um, you know, they don't get mad at the comic. Get mad at the people who booked them. It's like if you book me for a gig, I'm very dry and sarcastic. So that's what you get with me. So if you don't like dry and sarcastic, that's on you. So we'll do a 10 more minutes, guys. We'll do a 30-minute stream because I know a lot of people are sleeping, but I did want to do the West Coast Happy New Year's. And thank you, Kip Smith, for your moderation duties. I've never done a show with Tig, so I know she's had a few HBO specials and whatnot, but I don't watch specials, as you guys know. Unless someone, I watched the Schaub special because everyone kept asking me about it. And I think the last full special I watched were Jeselnik and Bo Burnham's. So, I mean, but Spot, let me tell you something, bro. My head is gigantic. So, I'll wear the beanie tomorrow during one of my streams tomorrow. Hopefully, just one stream. And we can make a plan for that. I can't wear fedoras or baseball caps. There's not a baseball hat on earth that fits me. Bucket hats, are a few. I actually got the cheapest thing I've ever worn was a bucket hat. I picked up at 7-Eleven that I think construction workers wear because it's bright orange and got the yellow neon stripes. That kind of fit, but it was pretty snug. I don't know, man, Moses. I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, that's a tough one, JJ, because like Don can't do any road gigs because that gig is Monday through Friday, and you can't. You can have a substitute every now and then, but the money's incredible. I mean, I don't know what Don makes, but you do audience warm up for a network show. My God, you are rolling in the dough, baby. So, um, you know, it's a tough one. I mean, I almost was the warm up for Rob Schneider's show. Real no, what was it called? Just Rob on CBS, but it got canceled the week I was supposed to start. Happy New Year to you, Chris Storn. Um, yeah, I don't know. Those hot dog on a stick hats may be under the optimal conditions, but I just don't wear hats. So, I have most of my hair, so I'm not really trying to cover up, like a wonky hairline or anything. So, but I do like to wear a beanie every now and then. When I wake up and my hair is messy, just pop that striped Burton beanie on, and I'm golden ponies, baby. Hold on, I'm getting a text from some comrades at the comedy store. Show the sweaters. This is actually a Nemeth Brothers, Dolph Ziggler and his brother Ryan. Um, they have a hoodie that I like. Um, and it's very comfortable. It's just a basic hoodie. And it's cold in LA right now for us. I would say it's like early 60s. Um, well, I like it loose. I mean, yeah, I don't know about. I don't think I'm going to rip off Gino Bisconti's vibe. No, thank you. But it's a look. Who's to say Gino wouldn't like my vibe? Um, yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, Corolla was good. If I could get on a few more shows like that, um, that would be cool. I mean, I'm kind of a little surprised he never really asked me back. I mean, I thought we got along really good, and but he doesn't owe me anything. And Jesse Lee Peterson was fun. That's not as mainstream as Corolla, but it's all just shucking and jiving and just getting your name out there and just kind of raising your hands in the air and trying to just you throw enough shit against the wall and hope it sticks. Oh, hockey sweaters. They're all upstairs, man. I mean, I thought we got along. I mean, I get it. I got invited to his Christmas party, but so I don't know. We had a good vibe because we're around the same age. I think we have the same sense of humor. Um, yeah, I mean, I'll show you. It's hard to explain it to you, but the Burton beanie is like slouchy all the way around, but it's kind of not tight, but it's snug here, slouchy up here and in the back. So I really like it. And then some of their other beanies that kind of fit, it's a real tight fit. Um, well, I don't think the mothership really was in the Anthony Cumia business. I mean, he's not a very funny comic. Like his stand-up's pretty bad. So, I mean, that's the one thing I do like about the mothership. I mean, outside of a lot of the Kill Tony comics, the standards are pretty high there. So I would hope. I mean, I don't think you can't put Anthony. I mean, listen, he's a radio legend, no doubt, but um, so, but you can't. He's just not a good comic. But he's not a comic per se, so it's not even his fault, to be honest with you. Um, Oh, well, because he does the racist shit now, and Joe just the money's too high for Joe to have Kumi on dropping an N bomb. It's just not. This ain't the Howard Stern show from the early '90s when you could have Daniel Carver on and like go for it. 3 more minutes, guys. We'll do a nice half-hour stream so you guys can get to bed and whatnot. Um, so, oh, that sounds cool, Spa. How long does it typically take to make a beanie? Um, so, Foreigner classic band, but yeah, I mean, that is kind of a funny point, Doctor Nova, or Kiss singing. What am I right about, Earl? AC/DC, I mean, um, about Rogan. Just there's too much at stake for Joe to have a wild card like Kumi on. That's why Stern kind of abandoned the Whack Packers. You can't have Daniel Carver on when, you've got like all these radio sponsors or satellite sponsors, Nike or whoever sponsors Stern and well, you just can't do it. I mean, it'd probably be an amazing interview, but like you can't. The blowback would be too bad. I mean, it's just a different era of entertainment. And although you can go pretty wild on, Joe's show with topics and whatnot, um, you can't have Kumia dropping N bombs or saying the R word, or, making jokes about underage sex, because, he's been accused of that. So, he's going to throw the people who've been accused of that under the bus. So he looks better. So, well, no, let me wear the beanie tomorrow because it's in the washer right now. And then you can get a good idea how big my fucking head is, to be honest with you. You don't have to make a video, bro. Um, I don't think you have my sweater, eh? I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Couple more minutes, guys. A minute and a half. And we will end or start the new year off on a good foot. This is an old school stream. No trolls, man. I kind of like it, but I also do kind of like having 50, 60 people in here. Yes, hit the Patreon at Earl Skakel for all your comedy needs. If you're ever in the Comedy Stores area, the 310 of Los Angeles, let me know, and I will make sure you get a nice tour of the facilities. And you can visit, in my opinion, the #1 comedy club in the world. I mean, there's a reason why Jimmy Carr, when he flies to America, he doesn't stop off in New York first. He goes right to LA in the Comedy Store. That speaks volumes. Uh, I don't know what you're talking about. Do or die. Keep in mind, do or die. It is 12:30 in the AM for me, so your humor is kind of lost on me. And I'm not sure if you're a troll or not. We've had a nice half-hour stream with no trolling babies. 100% Dr. Nova, you will be taken care of. Do or die. Yes, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please. And yeah, well, this is old school stream tonight. 10 people in here, and before I started doing the stream on the phone, this is about the amount of people we would get, and Kongzilla in the house. I haven't seen Kongzilla in a hot minute. What up, Kong? But it kind of is like the bar in Star Wars in my stream some nights. I mean, just every unsavory character on the internet, just chilling, baby. Um, just like the subtleness. Oh, thank you, Do or Die. I'm not for everyone. If you like comedy like Dane Cook or D'Elia or Matt Rife, you're not going to like me. And I'm not saying you shouldn't like those guys. Everyone's different. It's like if you like Stevie Ray Vaughan, you're not going to like, say, George Lynch, and vice versa. It's just the way it is. Um, Yeah, Predator quotes, gangbangs, going hard on the roast battle. But, you got to like evolve into new people in here. And, obviously, I will always be loyal to the Dr. Novas, the Chicken Man Brennans, William Zoom, Kip Smith. Are you ready to rock? Although, ever since that one stream where he donated about $230, I haven't heard from him since. Um, so, I mean, I'm not an improv comic, but I do improv my set, because I usually, like last night, I went on last, it's a 2.5 hour show. At that point, I've got to kind of, you know, read the temperature of the room and I've got to kind of see where the audience is at. And especially last night, it's a Monday night, so people probably worked, or, maybe today was their first day off. So it's, and, like this Saturday night, I'll be at the Comedy Store. By the time I get on, it's a 2.5 hour show. Show starts at 10:30. I usually get on around between 12:30 and 12:45. So you can't go in there with set jokes because the crowd, they've heard it all. So you got to adjust, adapt, improvise. Um, so yeah, I mean, you just can't. Rebel the Uncanny coming in late night, baby. Well, that's all you need to see, to be honest with you. Thank you. Happy New Year's to you, brother. Well, I will do a sweater showcase, and who knows? Maybe that's a good way to sell the shirts. I mean, it's obviously in terms of the hockey collection I have upstairs. I would love to just sell it to one person or an auction house, and they can do whatever they want with it. But until then, I sell them individually, and that's good side income. So I've got many streams of income coming in, so I'm good. I'm good. So all right, you guys, this has been the first stream of 2025. I very much appreciate the love and the support. You guys have been with me, most of you, since the beginning, helping me double my subscriber base in under a year. I very much appreciate that. And hopefully by this time next year, I've got double what I have now. And, you just keep going and keep going. Uh-oh, this message has been held for review. Let's not end the stream yet. Well, I'm really the furthest thing from that, do or die. But, you just had to throw in one last gasp at trolling me. And, if you know who the daddy man is, I've turned down more pussy than you get, brother. I know, I'm just fucking around. I'm just going into my pro wrestling, I'm just messing with you, do or die. See, I play with the trolls, I don't mind trolls, actually. It's just, when they hit me with, you're not funny, I got nothing for that. But, if you make fun of me for, I don't know, the shirt I'm wearing or whatever, the leather pants, I can play with you a little bit. Because, I don't know what anyone in this stream looks like, so I can't really zing you on how you look. I mean, I've never been in New York for New Year's Eve, so I kind of want to, but I don't know. I don't know why I would be there in the first place unless it was for comedy. Um, so that was very poetic, Dr. Nova. Incredibly poetic. Almost as poetic as PJ Stansberry in the bathroom the night I walked in on him and Blue Iris. And I haven't had sex since. So I know everything sucks. I mean, I'm 56. Imagine, I take yoga half the time I can barely get into a pose because I'm still trying to get up from the last pose. So 4 more minutes, guys. We'll end at 40 minutes. So get your last minute zingers in, the questions, the concerns, and we'll take them to management in the morning. Well, I mean, I still like last night. I went to the bar next door to the Whiskey A Go Go, and my God, was it loud! I mean, I had to leave. They were doing really bad karaoke, and I was like, "I'll be out of here." So, I mean, when I was in my 20s, I went hard in the paint. Even though I've never done a drug or drink in my life, I have seen it all. I've not quite done it all, but I've seen most of it. So, yeah, I mean, I remember I saw Blue Iris, I think the day before she died in the hospital, and there was like a line to see her, and the nurse was like, "Hey, you look like the only normal one here. Who is this person?" I'm like, "You don't want to know, honey." Good for you. I'm just glad you didn't say names of my exes. Hello. Um, 3 more minutes, guys. 3 more minutes. And the first official Earlverse stream of 2025 is over. No blood, no bodies. We hit nothing. I want Hawkins' body found. We move. Sweet pattern. 5 meter spread. No sound. Um, so I mean, that's the LA comedy world. People coming up to you, "Hey, just so you know, I fucked your ex before, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, I don't want to know. You gaslighting mongoloid. Uh, oh, I bet they were. I bet they were. Black and blue, Happy New Year to you. We're about to end the stream in 2 minutes. But I'm glad you came in toward the end. Kongzilla would have been lower himself. Yeah, uh, she, like, I mean, I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and go, "Hey, just so you know, we're Eskimo brothers." It's literally been like 30 people. Like, it's unbelievable to me. Um, but where is she now, Dr. Nova? I'm alive and well. Where is she? The girls from my past, they all think the grass is greener. It ain't, brother. So, we got about 1 more minute, guys. Let's see what this restricted message is. I mean, that's a little too young for me, AC/DC. No doubt about that. Um, I bet you do, Doctor. No, I wouldn't surprise me, Doctor Nova. It really wouldn't. I mean, I did a show the other night at the store, and I'm getting off the stage, and this guy comes up to me. I'd never seen this guy before. He's like a younger, open mic level comic, which is fine. I was one too. He's like, "Hey, just so you know, and he said her real initials, and I'm like, "Huh? What? Oh, okay, cool." And he was like, "It was the weirdest thing. After we had sex, she took out a notepad and wrote down the number 34. I'm like, "What was that for?" He's like, "I guess I'm the 34th guy she's ever fucked." And this was before I fucked her. So I was like, "When was this?" "Oh, a couple of years before you dated." I'm like, "Well, she was 19 when I dated, so you might want to revise that timeline, brother." Um, Sorry, we're getting into some real Earl inside baseball here. And that's a good way to end the stream. Um, so what up, David? David, the stream just ended, to be honest with you. But welcome, Happy New Year's from the Earl world, the Sting mask. You guys are soldiers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, she's just a lost soul. You know, I mean, just been used and abused, kicked out of every scene twice, just because, she fucks everyone in the scene and then people want nothing to do with her. So she goes to another scene, does the same, gets kicked out of that scene, comes back here. Like, it's a vicious cycle. I actually feel bad for her, but, like, ain't my problem anymore. Did you say Kleiman or Mosey? Mary Kleiman, very sweet girl, very lovely girl. So everyone, Dr. Nova, you're the man. Um, Thank you, Kip Smith. Well, I mean, it's just like, you can fuck your way to the top, but like the way she fucked at one point, it was like a school shooter, just, no aim, just, hey, I'll fuck this roast battle comic. I'll fuck this open mic comic. I'll fuck this guy from Vegas who can't help me. Like, I could see fucking people get to the top, but, it's like when Whitney was dating Ashley Cummings, uh, no, Ashley Hamilton. Ashley Hamilton. A lot of people were like, thank you, David. A lot of people are like, why is she dating Ashley Hamilton? But I can guarantee you, in Whitney's mind, and he was a very good looking guy, but I guarantee you, she thought, well, his dad knows everybody in this town. That's a good move for me. Peter Chicken Man Brennan. I was talking about, an ex-girlfriend who fucked so many loser open mic level comics. It's like, that's not the plan. Fuck up, not down. Um, we're talking about Whitney Cummings when she was dating Ashley Hamilton. I know I did not bang Whitney. I banged another Whitney, not that Whitney. A lot of people didn't. Um, yeah, I'm not a fan of Tyrus on the show. Like, you really missed Gutfeld, the last couple weeks when the co-hosts are doing it. No, not Kate Quigley. Um, no, she was not dating Artist Hamilton, but um, when Whitney was dating Ashley Hamilton, you just knew she was she never told me this or anything, but George Hamilton knows everybody. He's been in Hollywood forever. He's like a male Whitney Cummings. Was he the most talented actor? Probably not, but he was just really good looking, very tan, and so he is a great networker. And don't think that was lost on Whitney. So whereas the other person we were talking about was literally fucking open mic comics in Vegas, thinking that's going to help her get gigs there. She gets kicked out of there. She's been kicked out of L.A. basically twice, New York basically twice. And when you're opening for Stanhope, I'm sure it's a fun gig, but it's like that's not the guy a girl with substance issues should be hanging around. But like I said, it ain't my problem. So yeah, I love Florentine. What about that comic that dated Adam Egan? Oh, you mean Sarah Weinshank? I mean, that they seem to. Well, I mean, it's just like, I don't know what it's like in your business, Spa, but like when you're a comic and you fuck all the comics in the city, you just get a horrible reputation of being a whore. Whether it's right or wrong, that's the reputation you get. So you, um, and she was a bit of a drama queen. I mean, every guy she dated, after the breakup or they stopped fucking, it was, well, he hit me, he assaulted me. And I remember when we were dating, she was telling me all this about 5, 6 guys I knew, and I'm like, either she's lying to me or she's the most unlucky girl on the planet. Um, so, yeah, I mean, George Hamilton, he got some pussy back in the day. So, uh, what's wrong with being a whore? Nothing really, but like, like I said, I don't know in your business how it is, but once you fucked your way, you got to fuck your way up. You can't be, porking, these loser roast battle comics thinking that's a good move up. It's not. So who has the more impressive hog? I mean, it's pretty even, to be honest with you. Probably Jamar Neighbors, if you really want to fucking get down to it. I mean, Jamar's dick is pretty gigantic. I mean, he doesn't use rubbers; he uses a trash bag. Boing. Hello. Fuck it. We'll go another 15 minutes. But you just and also I think accusing every ex-boyfriend of either of physical and mental abuse, sexual assault, it's that person's more like the little boy who cried wolf now. No one believes her anymore. So, you know, oh, she absolutely likes dick. There's no doubt about that. Uh, well, it's just, I did see the good side of this person. We dated for about a year. I would say 8 months of the year were pretty good. But even how we met, it should have been a huge red flag when one night she called me up. I don't know how she got my number. I'll assume it was from Moses or this other slob from Roast Battle. Um, and she's like, "Hey, I'm over at this guy's house. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Can you pick me up?" Now, when she says she's uncomfortable, and like she's uncomfortable, brother. So I go over there, and like this guy is filling her full of booze and weed. I'm like, oh, he's just basically trying to incapacitate her. Uh, well, I don't know what girl you're thinking of, Moses. I think I've dated 3 or 4 girls who were on Inappropriate Earl, but she's not the most recent one. She's a while back. So, you know, it's just a very damaged individual that eventually was telling people I hit her. So, and she miscalculated because no one believed her, and so she can't come to the Comedy Store really because she's probably embarrassed if she sees me. Literally, not one person took her side. So, no, that was another girl I knew. The Chicken Man is on fire right now. But I'm sure Callan hit it too. But I could almost see that. No, Paul, because I will not be doing that idea. But thank you, though. Yes, I mean, I dated her for about a year. And then we broke up, and I don't know, about 2 years later, people started telling me, "Hey, just so you know, your ex is telling people you threw her down a flight of stairs." And I'm like, that would insinuate she had the physical ability to get up a flight of stairs. Hello. But luckily for me, no one believed her. But it still sucked to um, have to hear that. I mean, because in this day and age of Time's Up and uh, uh, Me Too and whatnot, uh, you have to worry about one tweet sinks you. One person of importance believes you're done. One big name comic she opened for believes that they call the booker of the store and say, "Hey, Skakel's bad news." Now that didn't happen, but like, that's all it takes. So, um, luckily, it all worked out for me in the end. But here we go. It's not really the way I want to end the stream. So let's talk about something funny for the last 10 minutes. Well, I mean, I know there's websites where you don't have to do any of the work. Like I have a shirt on prowrestlingtees.com. Um, I think I've sold like 7 of them in 10 years. But they take a lot of money, man. Like I think the shirt's $25 and I only get like $7 of it. It's like, fuck that. Uh, Let me see. Well, I've cheated on and I've been cheated on. So, of course, with a more current situation, the one good thing about being cheated on and having cheated myself is I know how the signs go both ways. And with one particular situation of my past, I saw the signs. I knew exactly what was going on. What is my max bench? Not very much these days. I mean, my max bench in the 90s was 305 once. You ever wonder where your roast battle jacket is? Yeah, probably in some garbage dump when the homeless guy wiped his ass on Jeff's name. I gave away all my roast battle gifts, my boxing shorts, my jacket, the t-shirt that said my name on it. I literally gave the hoodie to a homeless guy to wipe his ass. Whatever happened to your? I don't know. I can't find it. I think it's gone. And run through your neighborhood and yell Donald Trump #1 with the fire torch in your hand. That would be funny. That's a $10,000 super chat. To be honest with you, Paul. I've got some standards. But thank you for the idea. Well, I mean, my form was pretty shitty, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not going to lie. I mean, if this was a weightlifting competition, I probably would have been kicked out. But how I used to, when I was lifting really heavy back in the day, I would, I wouldn't have a spotter because that motivated me to not let it drop on my fucking neck. Now, at least on the bench press. And when I was squatting 500-600 pounds, with no ACL, it turns out. I didn't use a squatter. My form was, pretty good, but still a little wonky. I'll have to look into that, Dr. Nova. Well, I mean, now I would say maybe I could pump out 225 a couple times. I know probably what I'm strongest at right now is I could do 110-pound dumbbell bench presses like 3 or 4 times. Oh my God, my form when I was doing 305, and I just did it a few times. It's not like I did it for 2 years. Was brutal, bro. I mean, I can't tell you. How bad it was. So, I love you guys. Thank you very much for the good times this year. I appreciate all of you. And I love dumbbells, yeah. I mean, but I think I'm the only guy who uses the 110-pound dumbbells at my gym, so they're always in the same spot I put them back. So I like them, I mean, listen, I'm just lifting. Actually, I'm lifting now to 120-pound Rick Luna or Rick Ingram. My max lift on legs is 2,500 pounds. On the squats, what? So I mean that's a lot. Or leg press, because leg press you can put a shit ton of weight on. I mean, my max squatting was 500 or 600 pounds. Hello. I will go for 30 more seconds, guys. We're gonna hit. I can't drive 55. 1 foot on the gas. 3 plates, Tommy, in the fucking house, motherfucker. Go tell him to suck his pee-pee. What do I tell my parole officer now? Tell him to suck his pee-pee. Tommy, 3 plates in the house. I love you guys. Baby Platts, baby. Baby Platts. All right, we got one more message held for review. Tell him to say, yeah, 3 plates, Tommy knows what's going on. All right, Earl Skakel in the house. Happy New Year, everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow or today. Happy 2025. May everyone in this stream get what they fucking want.